Hello, and welcome to The Joy Within, where we're eliminating negativity one thought at a time. I'm Kyle Greenfield, and I'll be your guide as we explore how to be calm, confident, and happy in our crazy modern world. Join us each week as we dive into some of the biggest ideas in spirituality and personal development. We'll learn what it takes to gain control of your own mind, master your mood, and navigate the many ups and downs along the way. Visit thejoywithin.org to get started so you can become the calm, confident, and happy person you truly deserve to be. Hello, and welcome back to the Joy Within's podcast. This week, we're talking about the 5 ways negative thoughts are secretly controlling your life and what you can do to stop them. Today, we're going to be talking about doubt and disbelief. I actually think that this is one of the tougher types of negative thoughts to deal with, for the simple reason that we usually just don't pay any attention to it. Of the 5 categories that we're talking about, and remember, those are stress, doubt, internal criticism, external criticism, and overactive thoughts. Doubt, I think, is the one that we are least likely to notice. And that's not your fault. It's just something that generally, societally, we're not really taught to deal with. It's not like stress, which we talked about last time, where you probably usually know when you're stressed about something. You usually know when you're worried about something. But doubt, not so much. And sometimes doubt is even encouraged. And we hide it in terms like being realistic or having a healthy skepticism about something. Almost to the point where, in some circles, an ability not to believe something is seen as a mark of intelligence. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should go around believing everything that you hear. My point is that some of these macro societal forces have caused us, in some ways, to turn a blind eye to the negative implications of doubt. Probably the worst side of this has to do with self-doubt. If you are like most people, you probably do not 100% believe that you can actually be, do, or have anything that you want at any time. I mean, think about it. At the extreme end of that scale, that would mean literally being able to imagine anything that you want and snap your fingers and it appears. Now, I think you'll probably agree that that sounds a bit magical. It sounds unrealistic. There's that word again. And rightly so, because no matter how good that Prime delivery gets, we will still fall way short of that dream of just thinking something and it appears. And you'll probably even argue that it's against the laws of physics. Now here's the key. The way that you responded to that little thought experiment points the way to how you can deal with doubt of any kind, in any form that it appears. Your doubts point the way towards your limiting beliefs. Let that sink in for a moment. Your doubts point the way to your limiting beliefs. In the example of snapping your fingers and miraculously having anything that you want, your limiting belief is that the laws of physics prevent it. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm not arguing for or against it. I'm simply pointing out that that's your belief. And if you're like most people, you probably have reasons for that belief. But here's the point that's absolutely essential to understand. You can change your beliefs. You can choose to believe anything that you want. Most of the time, we don't really think about that. Most of the time, we just unconsciously adopt our beliefs from everyone around us, or from the life experiences that we've had so far. But if you want to, you can change any belief that you hold, and you can shape your beliefs so they help you live the life you really want to live. The problem, the challenge, comes when our doubts stop us from doing the things we really want. Then we have friction. We have resistance, which grinds us down. And that makes us feel disheartened, or fed up, or even angry or depressed maybe. And when we really, really want something, but don't actually believe that we can have it, we create all sorts of different negativity for ourselves. But if we become more aware of our doubts, and if we understand that those doubts are simply pointers, they're just indicators shining a light on our limiting beliefs, then we can learn to choose, consciously and deliberately, thoughts and beliefs that will better serve us. Doing this is a process of stepping back, tuning in to the way that those thoughts and beliefs really feel, and then guiding them into your preferred state of mind. And when we do that, it becomes clearer that our doubts are really just choices that we make unconsciously every single day. Now, to give you an example of how this might play out, I had a client who was a solopreneur. She owned her own business, and even though she'd been making a living at it for years, she didn't actually feel like she was wildly successful. She had plateaued, and every month that her business stayed at the same level, she doubted her ability to grow it. So, because she doubted herself, she often felt disheartened, and she kind of worked on autopilot a lot of the time. She lost the enthusiasm, the zest that she had when she first started the company. We started by centering, by finding a calm, neutral space so that she could think clearly. Then, we used her doubts to look at the beliefs that she held. Some were positive and some were negative. She believed she was smart. She believed she was good at her work. But we realized that she didn't believe that she knew how to run a business. She had never had a business before, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't even know what skills she lacked. And while on the surface, that seems like it's a small shift, just pointing out those beliefs, it was actually a huge breakthrough, because it empowered her to use the positive beliefs that she did have about herself to change the limiting beliefs that were there. So she already believed she was smart, so she believed that she had the capacity to learn. That meant she could learn new skills, and running a business is just a series of skills. And once she made that shift, her doubt evaporated almost overnight. She started to feel better. She started to feel more excited about her work again. So she started getting more done. She started working more because she felt enthusiastic about it. She found the joy in it again. And that allowed her to make great progress growing the business. So then she had more confidence and more resources to build it even further. Reframing her doubts kickstarted a positive spiral of rapid growth. And she very quickly moved past that plateau. And I think that this is a really good example because I think it illustrates the funny thing about doubt, which is that at its core, the mental shift can be really, really simple. It can be really small and actually almost easy to make. But it's often something that we can't see for ourselves. Our doubts blind us, and because we can't see past them, we often start to believe that that's just the way that life is. We get stuck, spinning our wheels, and the longer we're stuck, the more we try to force a surface level change without actually addressing the silent negativity that's underneath us. And we end up just digging ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper into the mud. So the next time you start doubting yourself, ask yourself why. Ask what you must believe in order to have that doubt. Then start to chip away at that belief. Little shifts done right can have remarkable results, and they can have those results very, very quickly. Thanks for listening to today's episode. When you're ready to put these ideas to work in your own life, head over to thejoywithin.org and sign up for Happiness University. When you do, you'll have access to all of the tools and strategies you need to eliminate negative thoughts by tuning in to the joy within. You can follow a simple, step-by-step system to become the calm, confident, and happy person you deserve to be. Visit thejoywithin.org to get started today. And if you enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love, because I think we can all use a little more joy in our crazy modern world.